Attention all grill masters and backyard barbecue enthusiasts. Lynn's has everything you need to make your 4th of July cookout a success. From sizzling certified Angus beef steaks and mouth-watering burgers to fresh cut fruit and all the condiments you desire, we have you covered. Browse our weekly ad for celebratory savings like 39-cent per pound seedless watermelon through July 4th and shop online at lynsgrocery.com for extra convenience. Lynn's, where delicious begins.
This is the Washington Times front page for Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Prosecutors who secured headline-grabbing indictments against Donald Trump wanted to begin picking juries in the middle of the presidential campaign. Instead, Trump remains above his legal troubles for now in a neck-and-neck race with Vice President Kamala Harris. Tom Howe reports the one case that caught up with him, a hush money conviction in New York, isn't scheduled for sentencing until after Election Day. One of Trump's biggest breaks was a midsummer Supreme Court ruling declaring that presidents are immune from prosecution for official acts. The decision delayed a case brought by Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith, who accused Trump of conspiring against the nation and its voters after the 2020 election. Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer keeps a low profile in the Cornhusker state, where she's earned a reputation as a rancher and public servant who is a workhorse. But Valerie Richardson reports Fischer's facing a challenge from independent candidate Dan Osborne, who burst onto the scene with edgy TV ads seeking to redefine Fischer as a corporate huckster. Osborne is a union organizer and industrial mechanic. Osborne's ads playing up his blue-collar vibe have helped turn what was once viewed as a quiet re-election bid for Fischer into a tooth-and-nail battle that could determine control of the Senate. The Cook Political Report downgraded the race last month from solid Republican to likely Republican, and Sabato's crystal ball at the University of Virginia's Center for Politics nudged it from safe Republican to likely Republican. Transgender athletes' participation in women's sports has emerged among some female suburban voters as a key issue, leading them to support Republicans. Susan Ferricchio reports some see it as an outlying issue, but others favor the position held by Republican nominee Donald Trump, who's pledged to ensure that Title IX, the law protecting female education at federally funded schools, doesn't allow biological males to participate in women's sports. A Gallup poll released last year found that nearly 70% of people said transgender athletes should be able to compete only on teams that align with their biological sex. A New York Times Siena College poll released this month found Democratic nominee Kamala Harris leading Trump among female voters by 16 percentage points. Other polls show Harris with an even wider lead among women. As Ukraine struggles to hold off a Russian invasion, the country's defense industry has experienced an unprecedented boom that's starting to be felt on the front lines. Guillaume Patak reports Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has lobbied the U.S. and its allies for more military arms and equipment, but he isn't shy about recognizing the achievements of Ukraine's booming defense factories. Zelensky said Ukraine has produced 25 times more artillery and mortar shells in the first half of 2024 than in all of 2022, and Ukraine's defense industry is reportedly able to produce 4 million drones a year. And finally, we have an interview with David Coulthard, an anomaly as the white mayor of Bulawayo, Zimbabwe's second largest city, placed in office by an overwhelmingly black electorate. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.
Okay, it's official. We are very much in the final sprint to Election Day. And face it, between debates, polling releases, even court appearances, it can feel exhausting, even impossible to keep up with. I'm Brad Milkey. I'm the host of Start Here, the daily podcast from ABC News. And every morning, my team and I get you caught up on the day's news in a quick, straightforward way that's easy to understand, with just enough context so you can listen, get it, and go on with your day. So, kickstart your morning. Start smart with Start Here and ABC News, because staying informed shouldn't feel overwhelming.